welcome to w3schools.com. This is a great resource for everyone and anyone who's interested in web development. This tutorial is going to cover the basics of HTML. Most of your basic tags and elements such as bold, italics, headings, how to create a hyperlink, just the basics. This is for an introduction to internet course, so we don't want to get too involved. Now, I'm also going to run down a few of the really nice features of W3Schools and what they have with their tutorials that I like and why I recommend them over other sites. Let's start by clicking on Learn HTML. You'll see a list of all the tutorials that this site offers connected to HTML. I recommend to read the introduction and the Get Started, but we're going to jump over to the basic. Just for the sake of this video and moving things along, I'd like to show you the features here. Alright, now always start reading at the top when you go through these tutorials, and you can get to the next chapter or the previous chapter with links here at the top and at the bottom. Now, we see that if we haven't used these tags before, then we're going to learn them in the next few chapters, so we're not going to worry about it. What they're trying to teach us now is that there are these things called headings. And they're showing us how to create headings using HTML. Now these headings work just like they would work in a word processing document where you highlight a text and you choose a heading for it, and that heading has specific attributes connected to it, such as maybe heading 1 is, font size 40 and in bold, and heading 2 is font size 30 and not in bold, or maybe it's in italics. One of the great features about this tutorial is the Try It Yourself buttons. What this does is it takes you to what's called the HTML playground. And if any of you have ever done anything connected to web development or web design, previewing your changes that you make to the web documents or your HTML documents can be kind of a hassle, especially if you don't have a web development software such as Dreamweaver, where you can see the code, as we see here on the left, and then see the design on the right. So this is a nice feature for someone who's just getting started and trying to, just kind of get a feel for things, or just learn the basics like what we're doing now, who doesn't want to invest $300 or $400 in software, to be able to see their updates in real time. So all we have to do to update it is we make a change, and we click the Edit and Click Me button, and you'll see that change made over here. So for heading 1, we have giraffe. We can put that same text in heading 5. And we see that change here as well. So the playground's a great way to try out your code, see what it's going to look like, and to see if it's correct before you turn it in. Okay, moving right along, we see how to create new paragraphs, how to create links. Now links is one I want to go over because it's a little bit more complicated than just having your open tag and your close tag. All right. And I do want to say something quickly about open tags and closed tags. Notice how your open tag has the tag only. Your closed tag has the slash right before it. Okay, that's gonna tell your HTML, or it's gonna tell the web browser that this tag stops here. Now, if you forget to close one of your tags, it's gonna mess up your entire web page, and it's just gonna look crazy. So don't forget to close tags. And if you see something kind of crazy and you say, why does my web page look like this? You probably forgot to close a tag. Now let's run over to the links. And let's see if there is a, yeah, there's one right here. Let's go to the tutorial for links. Okay, HTML hyperlinks. Okay, As we can see here, a hyperlink is a word or a group of words or image that you click on to jump to a new document or a new section within the current document. When you're jumping to a new section within the current document, we usually call those bookmarks. But it's still text that's hyperlinked because it's taking you somewhere else. When you move the cursor over a link in a web page, the arrow will turn into a little hand. That's generally true, unless your web browser does something different. You will see a change, for instance right here, in your mouse. That means that's a linkable text. Now, this is the link tag, okay, but it's a little bit more complicated than just that. What we're going to do is here, we're going to define what this links to. So we're going to define this tag, and we're going to say reference a URL. All right, now, we're not going to put URL in there. We're actually going to put the URL where we want to go. In this case, they're linking back to their homepage, www.w3schools.com. And we close the opening tag. Okay, so here's the opening tag right here. And between the opening and closing tag is the text that you will see for your link. All right, let's try it just to see what it's going to look like here. Now, I don't want you to pay too much attention to this target.blank, or target blank. That's just where the link is going to open. Let's take that out for now. All right, here we go. Now, we notice that this is the URL where we're going to be visiting, and this is the text that we see right here between the opening and the closing tags. Visit w3schools.com. Well, let's try it out. w3schools.com. So that's how links work, and it's very, very simple. Now, we can change where this link goes, or we can change the text that we see. We can call it homepage. And we see it update over here. Excellent. Now that didn't take us to a new window because we didn't have that, we took out that blank, target blank text. And what that does is that made it open in a new tab. We don't want to do that. We just had it open right here. To change the URL or where it goes, you just go right in here and you change the URL. But one thing to be wary of is to make sure that you have quotation marks around that URL. Well, best of luck to you in all of your editing endeavors. I hope this tutorial has been useful. Don't forget to check out all of the great tutorials that